Hello gamers, we are going to be playing Neverwinter today. Just came out. It's free on the PlayStation Network. If you want to check this out, you could download it today for free. There's no subscription involved. This is not my first look at it. I actually took a look at it earlier. Started a multiplayer game. It's an MMO. Started a game with Reasonable Excuse. We're going to be playing cooperative. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming that or not, but I would at least be streaming this character that we will be creating right now. The game is pretty cool so far. The graphics are a bit dated. They don't look horrible. It's just got a sort of a strange feel to it. I'm okay with it. The combat so far is pretty awesome. I wouldn't say awesome either. It's pretty good. So this is my other character, Lady Hack and Slash. We will not be continuing this character. Instead, we will be creating a new character. This intro movie is pretty neat.
To brace yourselves for this. Well, that didn't go so badly.
Get his attention. Cleric, with me.
And there you have it. So that's the intro to the game. I like it. It was fun. It was enjoyable to watch. First time I watched it, I had a lot of extra commentary. But that's okay. So the character creation is pretty in-depth. You got a lot of different things come straight out of Dungeons and Dragons. It's pretty great. So far, I have yet to see any restrictions, however, on race versus class restrictions. So it seems like you could pick whatever race you want and match it up with whatever class you want. That, I believe, deviates from Dungeons and Dragons, although I haven't played recent versions of the Dungeons and Dragons rule sets. But as you can see, there's lots of different races that you can select already, and there are I don't want to call them expansion packs, but there's packs that you could buy to expand the races and I believe class selection that you have available to you. So we'll just sort of go through these briefly. You got humans. The main thing that I'm interested in is the racial abilities. You could take your time, pause the video, and watch or read the lore description. So humans, they have versatile defense. Their defense is 3% higher than that of other races, which is odd because I think I've seen other races, and I could be wrong on this, but I think I've seen other races with that same ability. So what other races are they 3% higher than? You get ability scores +2 to any ability score. Heroic effort. You gain an additional heroic feat point at levels 10, 15, and 20. So 3 additional feat points. That's pretty big, I think. I haven't dove too far into it, but that could be a pretty big game changer. And I'm probably going to pick human, not only for the heroic effort, but also the ability scores. Being able to choose which abilities you put your points into is pretty interesting to me. Half orcs. They got Furious Assault. Your critical severity is 5% higher than that of other races, causing you to deal more damage when you deliver a critical strike. Ability scores grants you +2 dexterity, and then you could choose either 2 constitution or 2 strength. Swift charge, you gain a 10% bonus to run speed for 3 seconds when you enter combat. This effect can only occur once every 20 seconds. Okay. Wood Elf. Elven accuracy. So the elves, I think, are going to be more akin to like rogues or archers, and also mages. So anything that would be like a dexterous type of class in the majority of other games, archers and rogues, or anything that casts magic. So you know, any spellcaster, healers, and damage dealing ranged casters. I imagine that elves in general are good at those types of things, and not so much at being tanks, warriors, high constitution. I think those are going to be more for humans, half orcs, dwarves, things like that. I think their primary role, elves, will be for casters, however. Casters and maybe archers. So, elven accuracy, critical chance 1% higher than other races, 2 dex, and either 2 intelligence or 2 wisdom. And wild step is 10% resistance to effects that slow your movement. Inner calm, your inner peace and serenity allow you to focus more clearly on the task at hand. Your action point gain is 2% higher than that of other races. Okay. Based on that wording, I'm guessing that in the game that you can gain action points based on using other abilities. So, or maybe action points is what you use to actually use your abilities. That might be it. Ability scores, you get 2 intelligence and either 2 dex or 2 charisma. So this is probably more like thieves and such. Your exemplary grace increases your resistance to control effects by 10%. Dwarves. I should actually be looking at both the male and female of each of these. I'll go back through and look at both. You have a 20% increased resistance effects that knock and push you. That's pretty big, a 20% resistance. You got +2 constitution and either 2 strength or 2 wisdom. You have 10% increased damage resistance to damage over time effect. Okay. Halflings are probably better for rogues. Your small nature and quick movements give you deflection chance 3% higher. You get 2 dex and either 2 charisma or 2 constitution. And your fearless nature increases your resistance to control effects by 10%. Grants +1 to a non-class ability score. This bonus is automatically determined by your class. What? Grants +1 to a non-class ability score. Okay. And grants you 2 constitution and either 2 charisma or 2 wisdom. You are naturally better at many facets of life. Your deflection chance, critical severity, and gold bonus are each 1% higher than that of other races. Cool. Oh, tieflings. We saw a tiefling in the intro. We have Blood Hunt. You deal an additional 5% damage to targets below half health. Grants you 2 charisma and either 2 constitution or 2 intelligence. And Infernal Wrath. When you receive damage, you have a 10% chance to apply Infernal Wrath to your attacker for 5 seconds. This effect reduces the target's power by 5%. Okay, and then last we have Drow. Darkfire. The attacking foe you have... When attacking a foe, you have a 5% chance to apply Darkfire for 4 seconds. This effect reduces the target's defense by 10%. Grants 2 dex and either 2 charisma or 2 wisdom. Recover at campfires twice as quickly. So trance doesn't... that's not super enticing to me, but this Darkfire ability, that's pretty awesome. Let's take a look at both the female and the male version of these guys. So we already saw all the male versions. Here's the females. Okay. So I'm probably going to choose a male character, and I'm not really sure who I want to be here. Like they're all pretty intriguing. I was purposely not going to pick a drow because when I play D&D, I'm usually drow. But that Darkfire ability sounds pretty awesome. Half-elves actually sound pretty nice too. Okay, let's go with human for now. I might change that after we take a look at classes. We're going to take a quick look at classes. We'll start at the top here. We have Trickster, Rogue, Stealth, Bait and Switch, Bloodbath, Thievery. You could sort of guess at what those mean. I think it sort of asks you to guess at what... Oh, it doesn't. Jump backwards, dropping a decoy in place. Gain action points when the decoy is hit by an enemy. We have a Devoted Cleric. I don't want to play a Rogue. Devoted Cleric, I do like healers. Traditionally play healers. We have a lot of different healer abilities here. Clerics are probably the primary healers, and then followed by paladins, which we will look at here shortly. We have Control Wizard. Control Wizard, harness power of arcane energies. We have a Hunter. You know what? I think I might want to do a Hunter. We'll take a look at the rest of the classes. Hunter sounds fun for a solo type character. We have melee stance. The fact that they have stances actually immediately makes me not want to be a hunter. Scourge Warlock. Broda of Hodor. It's actually Hadar. Paladin. Okay. Paladin seems very strong. Great weapon fighter. This is my other character. Lady Hack and Slash. Okay. We have a Guardian Fighter. And that's it. Okay, so I'm probably leaning towards Control Wizard or Hunter Ranger. Let's just do it. Let's do a Control Wizard. And I don't think I want to be a human for this. So let's go back. And what I'm primarily looking at here is the ability scores. I'm thinking Sun Elf. I could get intelligence, and probably I'll go charisma. And then do I want to be a male or a female? I'm going to want to be a female. Females look cooler. And I'll go Control Wizard. So your stats, you could re-roll as many times as you want, and I'm probably going to be looking for 20 intelligence, because the highest you could roll is 18, and I get an automatic +2 intelligence. So let's see what we can roll here. Okay, so there's 20 intelligence, and that gives me 13 wisdom or charisma. And I don't think you could actually go higher than that. I'm going to... I did a lot of re-rolling on the fighter, and I tried to get higher then 13 of the 2 substats, primary substats, secondary stats. When I had a roll of 18 on my primary stat, and I wasn't able to do it, so I'm not sure that you can. I will do it one more time until I get a 20 intelligence here, and see if I could get higher. Nope, doesn't look like you can. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. Let's go and get this account created. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on an appearance. I'm probably going to find a preset that looks good. Has to look good even with the basic armor here, which is really a shame that nothing seems to match this. This one does. That doesn't look too bad. So I kind of like this one. It sort of fits with like a control, like what I would think of a control mage. The outfit sort of fits the hairstyle. The most important part to me is it doesn't clip into the outfit. So let's continue with this. I could hide armor. There you go, some nearly naked sun elf. I'm not gonna do anything here. Maybe scars? Nah. Tattoos? It's always face tattoos. I think face tattoos are the worst. Okay. Deity. Deity selection does not affect gameplay, so it's all for flavor here, it says. You could pause the video and read these. I'm not going to read them out loud. Sylvanus. Saloon. Sune. Tempest. Okay, I am probably going to go Coralon. Seems appropriate. So now you could select your character origins. Again, this is also for flavor, doesn't have an effect on gameplay, but this is sort of a fun little thing. I wonder if it affects dialogue. That'd be pretty neat if it affected dialogue. So again, I'll just go through these one by one, and you could pause the video to read more. And we're running pretty high, so we're going to end the video shortly after I create this character here. Now this is my origin. You'll see that some of these origins are familiar. Most of them should be familiar if you follow Dungeons & Dragons at all. Dungeons & Dragons I forget the word I'm looking for, like the expansions or whatever. The scenarios. Greyvale. Dragon Coast, pretty familiar one. Obviously Neverwinter. Baldur's Gate. Alright, so I am going to pick Netheril. And now you could pick like a variant on the origin. Nethri's underclass, Shadavar Elite, or a Sharn Scorned. I like the sound of this one. Church of Shar. This one actually sounds more appealing to me, Shadavar Elite. Alright. So, enter a value. My name will be... we'll do like you can put spaces in your name, which is awesome. We're going to go Star Wars on this one. Lady Vader. And begin our adventure. I think there's a short cutscene, and then we're going to stop it after this cutscene here.
Hey, are you alright?
With the left stick.
And there we are. So, if you would like to see more, please like, subscribe, and comment. And tune in for the next episode. Thanks for watching.